hello. Happy Tuesday. How is everybody doing tonight? Can you believe it?
Look, we're excited to be here. You see, look, I'm so excited to learn. I'm saying, let me go and put my little chefs. Let me go
I
put my
love it.
chef.
I am so excited for you all to join me in my kitchen. You don't know how much I've been looking forward to this. I'm so excited. Let's just get started. I am Dr. Monique. I am your board certified family physician who you know as Physician in the Kitchen. And I am here to help you learn how to eat healthier without impacting your hectic schedules. I am so excited to welcome you to this episode of Vegan-ish. This is the holiday edition. This is the Thanksgiving edition. We are coming live from my kitchen, my happy place, and we're going to talk about how to make some vegan mac and cheese. Because what's Thanksgiving without some good mac and cheese?
It ain't nothing without some mac and cheese. I've seen the memes that people putting on the internet talking about mac and cheese is greater than the turkey. So this is serious business that we're about to do tonight. So
it really is. It is a truly serious business. And because, comfort food is called comfort food for a reason, right? Because it makes us feel good. So when you start tweaking it and trying to show people how to, veganize it and make it a little bit healthier, you got to come correct. So I think I did it. I think I understood the assignment and I got it right. So I want to share it with you guys tonight. So, but we're going to start off like we always do. Rep your city. Let us know where you are watching us from. This is family. This is Thanksgiving week, right? This is time for family. So we're here to share. So tag somebody, let them know to come on in this house and learn about this vegan mac and cheese, because I promise you, you will not be disappointed. And at the end, we're actually going to share with you this recipe. So if you want to try it, it's not too late. And actually, guys, this is a twofer for me because I'm doing the demo, but this is helping me get ready. This is one dish off my list I have to make for Thursday. So it's a win-win for me.
Let's get it done. We got a quick disclaimer we're gonna display here.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to call out some of these. We've got California in the house, Harker Heights, Texas. Thank you so much for joining. We love to see where everybody's watching from. Again, tag, let people know to come on in. We're starting a little later, so just want to make sure your eyes are not deceiving you. We are starting at our new time, which is now 8:05. So that is the new time going forward. So come on in. So actually, guys, while we're waiting, go ahead and start letting us know, what is your favorite side dish? Or actually, let me do this. What is your favorite part? If you're a mac and cheese person, what is it that you like the most about mac and cheese? Like, what is it that mac and cheese has to have for you to be like legit, to get the stamp of approval? For me, I'm going to tell you, it's the crust. I like the corner. Y'all know about the corners? They don't know about those corners, Alice. I don't think they know about those corners. The corners, right? Because you get the best of both worlds. You get the crust, but then you get a little bit of the creaminess. It doesn't get any better than those corners. So for me, that's what makes it right. So we're going to show you. So guys, let us know, what is it about it for you? Like, people say it's the this for me, or it's this for me. What is it for you about mac and cheese? Because this recipe that I'm going to share with you, I'm pretty confident that it's going to hit those notes for you. So, and might be better for you in the long run. So let's see. Somebody says she's a member of the Corner Church. Let the church say amen. I know that's right. So I've already because time goes so fast, right? I've already started my noodles. So I've got my noodles going, and all I'm doing, and by noodles, I mean my pasta, my elbows. So all I'm using here is just some plain old whole wheat. The brand doesn't really matter, but the key here is that we're doing whole wheat. So we've talked before about trying to cut back on processed foods or refined foods, because basically what they're doing is they're stripping the nutrients from the food and then they add some of it back in. But of course, it's not as good as what was there originally. So when you can, go for the whole grain. So I've already gotten that done. So it's al dente. So I'll show you guys. So what that means is it's still a little firm, but you have to remember that it's going to cook some more in that cream sauce and that cheese sauce, right? So you don't want it to be too soft, because then it'd be a little mushy maybe when you cook it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Let's see who else we've got. Anybody else? Come on. You guys are quiet tonight. What is it about? I know you got to have some, because people get serious about mac and cheese. I mean, like, it is. I mean, Ellis, what do you think? Like, what's your favorite part about mac and cheese?
Well, I pulled a little bit from here and there from when I started making my mac and cheese. So I built it up. So I started with the base of my mother's recipe, which is your basic baked mac and cheese. It's got your egg noodles. I use multiple types of cheeses, so I've kind of veered away. So I like a little spice in mine, so I use pepper
Okay.
jack. I use a mild cheddar, and then I use like a medium cheddar, or sometimes I'll use a Colby jack. And so those are the three types of cheeses that I'll cube up and put that in there. And then for my crust, I like to use shredded mild cheddar cheese, and then also I'll use mozzarella because, as y'all know, from if y'all are pizza eaters, mozzarella cheese tends to has a it melts better, and so I get that extra cheesiness on top of it. And then if I'm feeling really froggy, every once in a while I'll cube up some andouille sausage and mix that in there as well, a
Okay.
little medium heat.
Now,
But
listen, you team too much. Okay, you're team too much right now. Okay, I mean, did y'all hear that list? I lost count. I think he said something about it was a mozzarella, and he is doing too much.
I'll
But
make the cheesiest.
it's the cheesiest. But I'm not mad at you because I do love a smokiness to my mac and cheese, and so sometimes I will fold in a smoked Gouda. So I'm not mad at you. But my goodness! And then I know you told me before you do a lobster mac and cheese. So you
I do. I've done them lobster mac and cheese. That was delicious. It was labor intensive because I use a lobster tail, and
oh.
I have to crack it out of the tail and then cut up the seasoning. But I tell you, I still get requests for that lobster mac and cheese, but I'm like, that's only for special occasions, you know.
Yes, yes. Guys, I'm just going ahead and get started here. I'm not trying to make you dizzy. I'm just adjusting my camera angle. So we're going to start with the basic roux. And what I'm using here again is plant-based butter along with whole wheat flour. So same so far, you all should be with me so far, right? Because it's a basic roux. Your oil and your fat, 1-to-1. And we're just going to go ahead and cook that until you start to smell it. I've got mine on a low to medium heat. When you start to kind of smell that flour a little bit, make sure everything is all nice and smooth, then you know you're good to go. So unlike Ellis's version, we're not going to be adding andouille and lobster and all that other stuff. No judgment. I'm just letting you know what to expect here. So this recipe is your basic mac and cheese. And once you see how easy it comes together, because that's the other thing too, right? When I'm coaching and working with people about how to incorporate plant-based options, the key thing people want to know is it easy? Is it easy? Can I do it? Am I gonna have to make my own butter? Now I have made my own butter and I like doing that, but if that's not your ministry, it's okay. So I want to show you how easy it is to do this. Let's see. Roxanne said, wait, he's taking us back to the meat. Exactly, Roxanne. He is not, he's doing too much. I see Detroit has joined us. Thank you so much. So so the key thing I hope you all take away from this is how easy this is going to be. It's just like making mac and cheese. So we've got our roux going. I'm starting to smell a little bit of that slightly nutty smell from that cooked flour. Everything looks good. You guys see that okay there? And then next I'm going to go ahead and add in my milk. So what I am using here is 2 cups of almond milk. Soy milk actually would be probably a little bit better because it's a little creamier, but whichever you've got on hand will do. And you want to be sure it's unsweetened. You don't want that sweet in your mac and cheese, unless you do, right? If you do you. But in my recipe, I'm using the unsweetened. And I'm going to just go ahead and start to bring my heat up a little bit because we're going to start to just get everything kind of going here. Because the biggest part of this really is melting the cheese. Once you've done that, it's a wrap. So we've got this going. I'm gonna go ahead and add in. Now here's one of the secret ingredients, and this is nutritional yeast. Can everybody see that as I spill it all over my keyboard? I feel like my light's a little too bright. But
I'm still with you. You just can't see me on screen because
okay.
But I'm still here, so you can still talk to me, and I can talk to you.
Okay. Hey, Kid Griggs is in the house, y'all. That's my really good friend from Memphis. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. So here is the nutritional yeast. And what nutritional yeast is the same type of yeast that is used to make bread, baker's yeast or brewer's yeast that you use to make beer, that's used in beer making. But this is actually, those are alive, right? Those yeast are live and they're activated. In this yeast, the yeast is actually killed, it's inactivated, and it's fortified. This is actually fortified with B12, vitamin B12, which can be a problem for some vegans getting enough of in their diet, because B12, vitamin B12, is typically found in animal sources like dairy, milk, eggs, cheese. It's also found in meats. So when you switch off of that, when you stop eating that, you may need to find another replacement. So fortified things like nutritional yeast, or even your cereals, like your whole grains, tempeh, which is a soy meat replacement. All of those are really good sources. Cremini mushrooms are a good source for vitamin B12. So this is just a way to add that. And I'm telling you, y'all, nutritional yeast is like one of my new favorite things. Like, I feel like Oprah, right? Oprah's got her list of favorite things. This is one of mine, because nutritional yeast gives you this cheesy, umami, kind of savory flavor to your foods where you wouldn't expect this. So I use this in anything from, I've used it as like a popcorn topper. I mix it with other seasonings. You can also add it in like when you're making a grilled cheese, or if you're making anywhere you're making a cheese sauce like I'm doing now. The other place you can use it is as it also works as a thickener. So it's really good to just kind of have in your kitchen. I've actually used it to make vegan butter, believe it or not. It's crazy. So this is starting to thicken up. Let me show you guys my pot. So like I said, I've got this over kind of like a medium to high heat. And so now all that has come together. So now I'm going to add in my cheese. And this is about 1.5 cups of vegan cheese. So I'm using just here basic vegan cheddar cheese.
So vegan cheese, what makes it vegan? No milk, no
No,
eggs,
no dairy, exactly.
no
No animal
dairy.
dairy.
Okay, no animal product.
So these are made, I've got the bag right here. This is the brand that I like. And it's made from, where are those ingredients? Coconut oil, modified food starch made of like potato, corn, things like that. So beta carotene, which we know is your vitamin A. So that's what that's coming from. That's where that's used from. That's where that comes from, rather. So now we're going to just start melting the cheese. So now, I'll be honest with you, I like this brand the best because I find it melts better. Sometimes I've tried some other vegan cheeses, they don't melt as well. This one I really, really like. So I did about 1.5 cups of cheese. And what I've noticed too is you can add more if you want to make it thicker, depending on how thick you like your sauce. So you tinker with that, to adjust it to what you and your family like. And we're just going to stir this and get this melted. And once we do, we're going to add in our seasonings, and then we'll be good to go. So let's see. We've got Holly Springs, Mississippi. All right. Thank you for joining. So someone's asking what brand of cheese. Good question. I am using is Violife. You guys see that? I feel like I have a glare. Ellis, can you see this?
Yeah, it's called BioLife. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, there it is. BioLife, with a V. BioLife. So so I'm going to just reiterate your point earlier about your macaroni noodles. Please don't overcook the noodles, because you're right. It has to cook again when you put it in the oven to bake, and so it's not the worst than some super soft macaroni cheese. Okay, so
right.
People cook it on the low end. So if it says you're supposed to boil it for 9-11 minutes, do the 9 minutes, because when it gets in the oven, it's going to cook a little bit longer. So yes.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't want to be. Remember that song back in the day, Rapper's Delight? They talked about, didn't he call out the macaroni and cheese?
It did. Yes.
So that was serious, right? It made a rap song. That's serious.
I'm trying to tell you, you would lose a friend over some bad macaroni and cheese.
Oh my goodness. We don't want to be in that category. No, ma'am or sir. All right. So this is thickening up. And guys, I'm telling you, this is so super easy. Like and that's the point. I don't want this to be onerous. I'm bringing you along on my veganish journey, and I want to show you how easy it is. And you still get the comfort. You still get the the warm and fuzzies that you get when you think about mac and cheese, but you know that you're saving yourself some calories, you're saving yourself some cholesterol, some fat, all that stuff that we sometimes eat when we eat typical or traditional soul food or comfort food. So that's just coming together. Look how you guys see how creamy that is. And it's got a nice little smell. I'm going to go ahead and start adding in my seasoning. So this is about a tablespoon of garlic. This is a tablespoon of mustard. Now, you need some ground mustard in your life. If you don't know about this is grown folks cooking right here. If you don't know about ground mustard, you need to ask somebody, because ground mustard gives you a nice, savory, kind of the little tanginess that you'll miss it if you don't put it in there. You may
Hey,
not.
doctor, we've got a question. How much nutritional yeast did you use?
Oh, great question. That was 3 tablespoons. And you guys are going to get the recipe. You guys,
Yeah.
the recipe is going to, and this is about a half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, because I told you I like my smokiness.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is about a quarter teaspoon each of salt and pepper.
Can I put a little dash of cayenne in there? I like a little cayenne.
You can do whatever you like.
Like a quarter teaspoon of some cayenne, like a little spice.
Put some hot sauce on it. You can put some hot sauce on it, Ellis.
I don't put hot sauce on my mac and cheese, but I do.
Okay.
But I do sprinkle a little cayenne on my noodles with the salt and pepper. I mix the cayenne in with salt and pepper. Gives a little kick. It's
Okay.
a little trick I learned from a local spot here in Atlanta.
Look, that's the thing. And actually, April says that she loves Violife. Yes, I found that it's, for me, it works. And actually, there's a brand at Whole Foods. I like their cheeses as well. And then I'm not getting any endorsement, y'all. I'm just telling you, this is been my experience. But what I was going to say is that what was I going to say? Violife. So let me show you guys. This is actually coming together really nicely here. So
y'all, that was garlic, smoked paprika, salt, pepper,
and mustard. Do you put mustard in yours? Do you
I do not put mustard, but I do have some. I do have that mustard in my spice shelf. I sprinkle mustard. I use mustard when I make. Well, see, we talk about meat again. So yeah, this is vegan show.
What I was going to say, what I was just getting ready to say when you asked about can you use cayenne, one of the Peloton instructors that I really like, his name is Dennis, and he says something that I absolutely love. And he says, I make suggestions, you make decisions. So, and that's all recipes are. I think that really speaks to me, because that's what a recipe is. It's a suggestion. It's somebody's idea of how something should be made. You take it and tweak it and make it your own. So you guys.
This is why I don't bake, though. This is why I don't bake. Because baking, you have to be more precise. I like to tweak and try this and try that. You can't do that with baking.
Baking is chemistry, so you're absolutely right. So due to the magic of television, so guys, let me just show you. So this is it. So my cheese sauce is done. This is it. See how everything has come together? And we're just going to pour this over our noodles. And then with the magic of television, I'm going to show you the finished product. But so what I can do with this, guys, is I can freeze this, because I don't need another batch of mac and cheese. So
you can never have too much mac and cheese.
I'm right about that. I have a soon-to-be 18-year-old in the house, and this probably he'll do some work on this. So you absolutely.
And yours is vegan too, so it's you can eat mine with all the cheese in the.
I told my son asked me, he heard me saying I was getting ready for the show. I said, "Yeah, I'm making vegan mac and cheese." He said, "What?" I said, "Boy, don't even trip." I said, "You've been eating it, okay? So it's too late. Don't take that somewhere else."
Well, tell him he can come get a corner piece at my house.
Okay, yes. And so, can you guys see? So now, look how luxurious and creamy that is. This is no butter. This is no regular butter. There's no eggs in this. I know some people put eggs in there as a binder. The nutritional yeast is going to help act as a binder as well. But this is it. So what I'm going to do with this batch, guys, is actually just put this let it cool down a little bit, and put it in a sandwich bag, put it in a Ziploc bag, and then just lay it flat and let it sit in my freezer, for probably, it can last up to a couple of months. And then when I'm ready for it, I just take it out and pop it in the oven. But because I wanted you guys to see the finished product. I've got one right here. Ta-da!
Oh wow.
So this is my vegan mac and cheese. So what I did was I topped it with some more shredded. So you can top it with another, handful or so of cheese. Because I love the cheese in mac and cheese. So mine is cheesy. Maybe not as much as some people who will remain nameless. But mine is pretty.
That's fire.
And so shots fired. And so do you feel targeted? Is that it? And then I sprinkle a little bit more of that smoked paprika on there too, because again, I love the smokiness. And I'm going to cut into it so you guys can see. So what I do is bake it at 350 for about 35 or so minutes, just so the top gets nice and, so you get that crust. You got to give it enough time to get that crust.
Right.
And then I let it sit for about 10 minutes or so, because, it's one of my funniest Thanksgiving memories involving mac and cheese. And if my mom is on, she's gonna laugh. One year she took a pan like literally right out of the oven and plopped it on the table, and it was like, we're not eating lava. Like, this is too hot to eat. Yeah. Plus, she wanted to set up a little bit,
and it's got to congeal.
It's got to set up. Exactly.
You gotta let it cool. Yeah, you gotta let it cool.
Exactly. So can you guys see this? Oh, look at that. It's got crust. It's got creamy. It's got, look at that. It's really got some crust on the side. Can you guys see that?
Oh, yeah.
So that is vegan mac and cheese, guys. And when I tell you, I'll take a little bite. It's smoky. It's creamy. That mustard gives it that, the mustard and the nutritional yeast both give it that tanginess, that it's just right. It just, it doesn't really need to be described. It just needs to be eaten. So I hope you guys, so what do you think, you guys? I don't know if we mesmerize them or if we terrify them, because they're quiet.
Oh, they're quiet, but they're watching.
Okay.
They're watching. Okay. They're getting the recipe. They got it.
What do you guys think about this? Is this something that you guys would make? And if you would make it, please tag me. Post a picture on Instagram and tag me at Physician in the Kitchen. I'd love to see your creations, your versions of this. The other thing I want to show you guys just in our last few minutes here is, so, I'm always looking for new and creative ways to do things. So does anybody know what these are? Can you guys see this? I'm working with my angle. Can you guys see this, or is there a glare? Let me turn my light down. Maybe that'll help. Oh, much better. Can you guys see that? Any guesses as to what this is? I just made these last night, and this is all that's left. So.
It looks like some sort of roll that you would eat. Is that a yeast roll?
Oh, actually, no. Does that help if I bring it? It's cracked on the top. They're actually Blondies.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So a Blondie versus a brownie, right? So a Blondie is just made with a light brown or brown sugar versus white sugar, and you melt your sugar in your butter, and then you make that as the Blondie. So these are Blondies, guys, that I've made from a can of white beans.
Wow.
So there are no eggs in this. And these came out kind of cakey. So if you like them, you like your brownie on the cakey side, that's what this is. But yeah, these are Blondies, and you can add in nuts if you want, or butter pecan, butterscotch. But if you're doing vegan, you want to make sure that the butterscotch is vegan and not made with milk. But yeah, so basically using a can of navy beans to make dessert. Isn't that crazy? And then the other thing I've made with beans, and this is going to be on my Thanksgiving table on Thursday. And it's kind of sat here for a minute. Let me just kind of warm it up. Is some white bean gravy. And you may be thinking, what is she talking about? But same kind of thing. Basically, you puree the beans, and you can turn it into different things. So let me show you guys what I did with these beans. Unless we got any comments, anybody? Looks delicious. I make my mac and cheese similar to yours. Excellent. I love it. So Let me make sure you guys can see. But this is my
Here's a good comment. I love this one.
I'm vegan adjacent, and just, I love that. So vegan-ish, vegan adjacent. Yes, we're in the same tribe. I like that.
Yes, I'm vegan adjacent too.
Vegan adjacent. Yes. So guys, this is my white bean gravy. And let me just tilt my camera so you guys can see. Basically, I'm just warming it up a little bit. In fact, let me switch eyes so you guys can see. So what I'm just adding in is a little bit of broth, of veggie broth, or veggie stock rather, to reconstitute it. But this has got some herbs in here. So my favorite herbs at the holidays, as I'm sure many of you, is that thyme, rosemary, sage combination. So that's what's in here. And so this is white bean gravy.
Mm.
Doesn't that look like it's got turkey drippings in it?
It does. It does.
And it is delicious. It is actually, see, it's got a nice little, so you just, pureed a can of beans with a little bit of, and all this, you guys will post these recipes if you're interested. But yeah, I just wanted to share with you just, a different way to kind of think about things and repurpose things. So basically, I just pureed down the beans, added a little bit of the vegetable stock in there while I did that. Sauteed some shallots and some garlic as my base, and then folded that all together and added some fresh thyme, rosemary, and sage. So I think, again, we're out of time. Time flies. But I mean, this was fun. I had fun. I hope you guys.
Oh no, this was great. It gave some great ideas. I love the gravy idea with the white beans and pureeing that down because it really did look like some gravies. I would put over some brown rice. It can't put it over white rice. You got to put it over brown rice.
Or some mashed potatoes, your dressing, right? My mom, we're gonna have my mother's signature dressing. So I'm gonna have this. I'm making cranberry sauce too. So we are going to be, I love homemade stuff. I mean, to me, homemade is when you can do it, it's just great because you get to control everything, and then you know what's going in there, and you just feel better about it. But so
we're gonna keep talking, but get your pen and paper ready because we're going to put up the recipe for the mac and cheese. So you can, and I know you there's a tweak on the milk.
I did.
Okay.
I did. So depending on how much or how loose you like your cream sauce, your cheese sauce, I actually, instead of just one package, I went ahead and used almost 2 packages of the cheese. So about 1.5 cups or 1.5 packages rather went in initially, and then the last half I saved to kind of sprinkle on the top. So you can put most of it in there when you melt it down, and if you want to add the rest on the top, that's all I did there. But yeah, you guys can get this and other great recipes. The book is coming out. I'm so happy to finally be able to bring you guys this book to share this vision of mine. It is almost here to be ready for publication in early 2022, and it's called Doc Fix My Plate: The Physician in the Kitchen's Prescriptions for Your Healthy Meal Makeover. You can place your pre-order right now at docfixmyplatebook.com. So again, the book will be ready early 2022, but we're taking pre-orders now. The mac and cheese is in there. The blondies are in there. The gravy is going to be in volume 2 because I just made that up literally like last week. So, but if you guys make any of these recipes, please post on Instagram and tag me at Physician in the Kitchen. I'd love to see your creations.
Absolutely. We're going to put that on the screen here. So she is a physician in the kitchen all over social media. You can find her there. You can always come here every Tuesday. We are here every Tuesday. So I hope you screenshot it, watch it again so you can get the recipe.
That's right. Share it with your friends.
Cheesy vegan mac and cheese.
That's right. And remember, we're going to be starting at 8:05 now, right, Ellis? So we have a little time there. So if you come at 8 and we're not here, don't go away. We will be here at 8:05.
Well, you don't want to miss these recipes, and we're going to do this again. We got to do this again. We got to do a cooking demo again because I think it helps for people to see it visually because it's hard to put the visual Because when I read the recipe, I was like, okay, okay. But when I saw you put it together, I was like, oh, that makes more sense, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
and
I think we need to do
see
these
that
demos.
how fast it came together. If you have everything ready, you guys, I don't know if you guys know, I'm in culinary school. So one of the first things I learned was mise en place. Actually, I knew that before culinary school, but that's basically a French term for everything in its place, have everything ready. So if you saw, I had, these little cups, had everything measured out, and, just go boom, 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 instead of trying to start whisk, whisk, whisk. Let me run over here and get my smoked paprika. Let me have
Right.
everything ready. It helps to go really fast, and then that way you know what you've put in. You don't have to wonder, oh, did I measure out the salt and or whatever. So somebody said she's late. Why is Ellis dressed like a sous chef? Because he is. He's my virtual sous chef.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. See, that's my friend. See, Luke, let me tell you something. Okay. Let me
I figured it was somebody you knew.
look, I am in the spirit of the show. We're doing a cooking demo. I am the sous chef. I was here giving my 2 cents on what was happening. So I wanted to make sure I was represented with that.
First of all, and I'm so glad she said that because I meant to come back and circle around and say, I'm impressed. I see you, brother. I mean, you're crisp. I see you. I'm impressed that you even have that. I'm
Yeah,
like, why do you
well,
have
I got it. I won't even say the place because it was one of those those fancy places, and it was going out of business. And so I went. And I said, I've always wanted a chef's coat, so I got it. So like now, when I'm doing like for my Thanksgiving meal, I'll wear this, and so that way, so I'll be in the spirit
that's
for
right.
when I smoke my turkey and all that
That's
other stuff. So
right. That's right. You gotta it's right. You gotta at least fake it till you make it, right? I mean, at least look the part.
It does give you some inspiration. You do feel different. Like when I remember the first time I put it on, and I was like, I feel a little bit different. I feel a little bit more chefy. And so I was, you start trying different things. So it definitely was fun.
It is. It is. We have to. Part of my class, one of my homework each week is I have to take a picture of myself because to show that I'm the one doing the work. And then part of it is we have to be dressed in apron and hat and everything. So yeah, you're
Oh
right.
wow.
It definitely works.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, this has been fun. Try the vegan mac and cheese. I may, if I'm being completely transparent, I may not try it on Thursday, but I'm gonna try it. I'm definitely gonna try it.
But there's some of us that are a little pressed for time, and they say, "Oh, I don't know what to do." Here you go. It's right here. We did it for you. So
Yeah,
literally, all you got to do. So that's one thing to we talked last week about not being stressed and being prepared. So
yep,
this is my gift to you guys to help with some of that. And hopefully, if you find yourself running a little short on time, you see how easy and fast that came together.
yep. So go to Whole Foods to get some of those ingredients because they're not. Some of those ingredients may or may not be in your local grocery store.
Food Lion. I actually got the cheese from Food Lion,
There it is.
which is
So
yeah.
yeah, and we got Kroger here. Kroger got everything.
And and again, if you can't go vegan with the cheese, try at least eliminating some of the other stuff and take baby steps. It's okay if you can't do everything at one time. This is how I made it. But if you don't have something available to you, substitute the best you can, or just try to, phase it out and substitute. You'll get there in the end. It'll work out.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're just a little bit over time, but that's okay because this is our Thanksgiving show, and so
And
want to
guys,
make sure that we wish everybody a happy, safe, and healthy Thanksgiving. Healthy emphasis on the healthy.
that's right.
And find ways to eat healthier this Thanksgiving. Doc.
You said it. You said it. You guys be safe. Enjoy your time with your loved ones, and we look forward to seeing you back next week. I got to figure out what we're going to talk about. I don't know, but it'll be something good. So just tune in and check us out.
We're
And
gonna have
like I
that.
said,
We're gonna have that post Thanksgiving hangover, so you might want.
we have to talk about that. But if you want to cop this and other recipes, be sure to go to docfixmyplatebook.com, and I'll see you guys here and on social media at Physician in the Kitchen. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Y'all take care.